Alright, so this is the second video for the study guide 1 for the interim. Now, this one should go a little quicker because these are relatively simpler questions, but yeah, we'll see. So the ratio of students to adults on a field trip is 8 to 1. Which table, I love how the question gets cut off, correctly shows this ratio for each grade? So, we're looking for students to be 8 times bigger than the adults. Well, 8 times 88 does not equal 96. So, goodbye A. 8 times 144 does not equal 96. Goodbye B. 8 times 12, well, 8 times 2 is 6. Or 16, carry 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So, yeah, that one works. 8 times 15. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So, yes. 8 times 17. So 8 times 7 is 56. 8 plus 5 is 13, so 136. Yep. And 8 times 11 is not 96, it's 88. So it's not D. And so that's all you had to do for that one. Okay. There are 8 more students, 8 to 1. So there's 8 students for every 1 adult. So it should be 8 times bigger. All right. A bakery sells 5 apple muffins for every 2 bran muffins sold, which correctly shows this ratio. So 5 to 2. Well, 5 to 2. 5 to 2. Sorry, phone going crazy. Well, if we continue it out, 5 to 2, then the next thing would be 10 and 4. Well, there's 10 and 4. 15 and 6. Well, there's 15 and 6. But this says 10 and 12. But it should be 10 and 4. Goodbye. 20 and 8. Well, 20 and 4. But so that one's out. 25 and 10. Well, this says 20 and 10. Goodbye. So it's got to be B. And if we just continue, 30 and 12, 35 and 14. And there we go. All done. You just got to keep the pattern going. So just because it looks like it starts right, and just because it looks like it doesn't mean anything. Make your own table and go all the way down and see which has a complete matching set. Okay. Okay, so next up, a cell phone plan offers 250 minutes each month for $15 per month. What is the cost per minute when a person uses all 250 minutes in a month? Well, that's the cost divided by the minutes. Now, we could do a table or we can do the long division. Now, me personally, because I'm a math person, I am all about doing the long division and saying, hey, let's do this. And saying, well, it doesn't go into this. 250 is too big to go into that. And so, yeah, only one of these choices says 0.0, and so it clearly has to be A. And so 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3, and there you go. Now, if you prefer a table, well, minutes and money. So 250, 15. Well, we want to get the minutes all the way down to 1. So let's start with divide by 10. Well, divide by 10, we get 25 minutes. And so we divide by 10, and we get 1.5. Well, now let's divide by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Well, 15 divided by 5 is 3, but it doesn't go into 1 at all, so that's 0.3. Well, so that's 0. And since it's money, I'm going to put a 0 there, and I'm going to put a 0 there. Well, now I want to get to 1, so I'm going to divide by 5 again. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And so 30 cents, 30 divided by 5 is 6, so 0.6. Okay. Either way, it's fine. Yeah, it's your choice. I think it's a little easier to keep track of the decimal this way. And if you're not comfortable doing that, you can always do your 250 and 1. 2 is 500. 3 is 750. 4 is 1,000. 5 is 1250. 6 is 1500. And there you go. And your little table, like I've shown you several times to do. Okay. So it's just a matter of your personal preference and whatever's easier for you. All right. So 3 questions left. Hannah planted flowers next to the school playground. She planted 2 daisies, 3 sunflowers, 4 tulips. What is the ratio of daisies she planted to the total number of flowers? Well, 2 daisies, and the total number of flowers is 2 plus 3 plus 4. Well, 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9. So that's 2 to 9. And so that's D. Okay, 2 to 9. So you just got to make sure to read the question carefully. Total number. So that does include the daisies. We don't just take them out. A lot of people will choose C because they'll forget to add the daisies to the total number of flowers. Okay. So, a basketball player attempts 15 baskets in a game. Makes 9. Which ratio best describes the number of baskets the player made to the number of baskets they attempted? Well, they made 9 out of 15. Well, 9 out of 15 isn't there. Next up, we can get rid of choice B and choice D because those don't make sense. You can't make more than you tried. You can't make 5 baskets when you only tried 3 shots. And you can't make 5 baskets when you only tried 2 shots. That's just not possible. Okay? I know somebody watching this right now is trying to come up with some crazy idea. It's just not possible. Okay? So what we look for is what number goes into both 9 and 15. Well, the answer is 3. So we divide by 3, divide by 3. Well, 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 3 over 5. Choice A. We just reduce the fraction. That's all. And finally, Simon used 3 pears and 9 apples to make fruit salad. What is the ratio of number of pears to the number of apples in the fruit salad? Well, that's 3 over 9. Well, though 3 and 9, so what goes into both? 3. So divide by 3, divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that's 1 to 3. Choice A. And that's it. Okay? And so that's everything for Interim Study Guide 1. And that is pretty much units 2 and 3. Okay? So make sure to practice those. Make sure that you can repeat these and get the same answers, that you're able to do them on your own, not just watch the video and be able to do them. Okay? Make sure that you actually understand how to do these things so that you can do them on the interim, please. I want you to be successful. Okay? Good luck.